Alright, it is 24 degrees outside. I almost fell over. Let's do it again. Back at it early in the morning. Staying hydrated is a big deal in the Army. When you're in basic training, they usually have your canteen that you're taking with you either with training, whether it's attached to you, or you're just simply carrying around a canteen with you. And even the Army usually now issues you a camel pack or a hydration pack. I probably still have mine somewhere. It's probably in really rough shape and probably wouldn't be very good, but it's probably somewhere in a box or something. But I'm really bad at staying hydrated, and it's really a key thing when you're doing a lot of physical activity. Typically after I do a workout, I maybe have some orange juice, but typically it's just a rock star that I'll have later. But usually with soldiers, with the camel pack or the hydration packs, you usually have it like on you when you're like in the field or out in combat, strapped to your vest and everything. It's not a typical thing that soldiers get to carry around with them, whether in PT, unless something has changed. But I know when I was in the Army, you usually didn't get to have it with PT. But if you're doing like a road march or something else really physical, then usually you can bring your camel pack with you for those. Now for me, I haven't really been staying that hydrated like during these workouts. I get, you know, a rock star maybe after the workout, but nothing that I've been doing during the workout. But lucky for me, we have our very first sponsor. I have this Camden Gear hydration pack that the awesome people over at Camden Gear was nice enough to send me over, and this is a ad, so this is a paid sponsorship for this pack. So we're gonna incorporate this into this week's workout and try it out and stay hydrated. Some of the key things you really want out of a good hydration pack is making sure that it doesn't leak on you. We are gonna be doing physical fitness outside, so we wanna make sure this thing doesn't freeze on me. I believe the rating on this thing is like -20, but I'm not gonna be doing no crazy PT at that temperature, so we shouldn't have to worry about that issue. We'll also see how comfortable this is, because today I'm going for a run, so we'll see how comfortable this thing is going to be while I'm running around trying to stay hydrated. So this episode will have a little bit of kind of paid sponsorship, a little bit of a review of these guys' particular hydration pack, as well as, you know, just some good old PT. Temperature outside this morning is 35 degrees, so we should be pretty good as far as temperature-wise goes with using this thing, plus I won't freeze. A little bit of a tip too with any type of hydration pack is make sure you clean it really well. A lot of people just simply run water through it, or run dishwashing soap through it. But you gotta use a good kind of mixture of vinegar and water to be able to get all the chemical taste out of the line and out of the bag and everything. So you gotta wash these things really good before you start using them. It's also really important to make sure to clean it really good, you know, after using it for a day, a couple days or whatever. Make sure you take the bladder bag out of the bag and get a good cleaning out of it. Don't let whatever you have in there, whether even if it's just water, which is recommended what you're supposed to use inside of it anyways, it's just water, but you know, make sure that even though it's just water inside of it, that after a couple days you're replenishing that water with fresh water and not letting it just sit in there. It feels pretty secure on my back so far, so we'll see how it holds up when we start actually running around the streets. So I got the camel back cinched down really good so it doesn't bounce around, and it feels really comfortable. It doesn't jump all over the place. I barely notice that it's on there. The camel back isn't all the way full, so I do hear it sloshing around. That's really not that big of a deal. Otherwise it feels very comfortable. It feels pretty good to run with. Alright, it's a good run. Ran for about 30 minutes, this is what this run was, and ended up doing almost 3 miles. So still have to work on picking up the pace, getting a longer distance in a shorter amount of time. Also a little bit different this time. Normally I'll run and kind of take a little bit of break because I'm a little bit out of breath. This time not so much, but this time I actually had it where my legs were getting a little bit tired. So it's good, it means I'm building up muscle in my legs and getting better. And so these run times should increase and get much better over time. So I picked up a new bag to do the road marches instead of just the backpack that I was using. I think this will hopefully work out a little bit better. Transferred all the weight from the one backpack over to the other backpack, and even added the Camden gear hydration pack to the top of it so I can stay hydrated. The last road march was not very far and not very fast. I don't have as much time as I had last time, so I need to pick up the pace, I think, for this one. Also, I've decided just to stick with the PT kind of style uniform, as having a different type of uniform that's similar to having like a military uniform really doesn't give me any kind of physical benefits out of it. So it's better to just to stick with this, plus this has some reflective material, so it'll be very good at nighttime. The other uniform that I wore last time worked okay because it was during the daytime, but I think since that's at night, I better stick to something that's somewhat reflective. Okay, so it is 24 degrees. I'm hoping to maybe do better than the last one. Last one I did 3 miles in about 55 minutes. I don't have quite that much time for this one, but hopefully I can still get close to that 3 miles by picking up the pace. So let's get started. So a little bit better, I guess, sort of. 42 minutes for the total length or time wise, and just under 3 miles, a little over 2.5, so kind of in between 2.5 and 3. The pace was a little bit better. The last week's road march, I believe, was an 18-minute mile pace, where this one was a 14-minute mile. So I mixed it up a little bit on this time with a little bit of kind of trotting. It's hard to really run with this much weight on your back, so it's kind of more of a light jog or a trot here and there. On the way back, instead of taking the direct route, I did kind of deviate from the route a little bit to try to add a little more distance to it and then pick up the pace so that hopefully I could still come back on time. I would have liked to have done still 3 miles, but in less time than I did last week. But not bad. Definitely, I think, a better workout than last week, so that's good. Capping off the week with another short run and then some calisthenics, doing some upper body and lower body. Thanks to a viewer down in the comments of the last week's episode, Todd Baker. I accidentally deleted your comment by mistake. See, I was actually trying to delete the spam comment that was above yours, and I accidentally deleted yours, and I wasn't able to recover it. But Todd actually mentioned that the Army no longer does a static style stretching. They've actually moved to more of a dynamic one. So static stretching is what I've been doing, which is more of just kind of standing around and, you know, doing some stretches here and stretches there, kind of a thing. Or with a dynamic one, just doing more motion and kind of almost like a light workout in a way. So I am gonna have to research up on that a little bit more, and then next week incorporate that a little bit better into my physical fitness routine, and then show you guys how some of that works. So thanks very much, Todd. Thanks for the heads up. It is cold out here, by the way. 20 degrees. Ugh. Now, as far as my evaluation of the Camden gear hydration pack, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. The bag doesn't leak as long as you make sure that the cap is tightened down securely. No issues with it freezing up on me, which is really good since I'm doing this physical fitness early in the morning, and like today, it is 20 degrees outside. And as long as you clean it properly with some vinegar and water, it doesn't taste chemically. The bag also has a bunch of pockets all over it that can be very handy if you want to stick like your car keys inside of it, or your cell phone maybe. So I would recommend it. If you want to check out the bag, you want to pick one up for yourself, you can check out the link down in the description. That'll take you to their product on Amazon. It is available for Amazon Prime for all you Prime members, so you know, you got a workout coming up in a couple days, then you can probably get it on time. I definitely feel like my cardio has gotten better. It does feel easier to run, and I am able to run a lot better. One area I don't really feel like there's been a lot of improvement is my upper body strength. I won't really know for sure until we do a PT test. I don't really feel any stronger in the upper body, and it might just be that I'm not pushing myself hard enough. So it may just come down to kind of up the game a little bit, I guess, maybe. Probably one of my disadvantages is that I'm doing this by myself. I'm not doing this as a group like you would do with PT or having someone leading it. But however, I do prefer to do this kind of on my own. I don't really like working out with a workout partner. But with that, you probably lose the kind of motivation factor, the kind of effort to have to push yourself because everybody else is, and because you have someone leading it that's kind of pushing you along the way. So you don't really have that kind of motivation piece to drive you. So I would say if you're somebody out there that's doing something like this to prepare for basic training, if possible, maybe try doing this with another buddy who's about to join the Army too, or someone who just likes to work out. Well, I guess this is gonna wrap up this video. In the comment section below, let me know what your favorite drink is to keep you hydrated if you work out. I know water is supposed to be the best sorts of hydration, but I'm still a Gatorade kind of fan. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to check out any of my other content, I got some suggested videos over that way. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, you should probably go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You can do so right there. Thanks to Camden Gear for sponsoring this video. I'm Christopher Chaos, and I'll see you next time. See ya.